Hey everybody, it's Mikkel Moose. Did you guys miss me? So the weather is getting warmer where I'm living. I don't know about you, but it's about time for our dolls to slip into their summer outfits. And so today I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make a tank top / halter top for a doll. For this project you're going to need a sewing machine, needle and thread, scissors, ribbon, fabric, and Velcro, and a doll. And I don't have a doll. So first we're going to start with just your basic tank top. For that you're going to need a piece of fabric and a doll. And you're going to wrap the fabric around your doll to figure out the length that you're going to need. And remember, you're going to want to make this just a little bit bigger. And I'm going to cut it. Alright, so that's what that looks like there. Now we're going to have to fold over the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut this one more time because I obviously don't want it to be like a dress. I want it to be a tank top. So it doesn't need to be quite that long on her. So I'm going to cut it right there. Why do I lose everything? Okay, I was going to measure this, but I can't find any measuring tools. So, this is what it looks like compared to your doll. There you go. Hopefully that helps. But you're just going to eyeball it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to fold the top over, and then I'm going to sew it. I'm going to fold the bottom over, and I'm going to sew it. And then I'm going to fold the sides over, and I'm going to sew it. So you're pretty much just going to hem all the way around the edges of your rectangular piece of fabric. Edges are all hemmed now. So the next step is we are going to be putting our Velcro on so this top will stay up. And you'll do that by wrapping it You'll do that by wrapping it around your doll, figuring out where you want the Velcro to be. And then just cutting small sections of the Velcro, and then you sew it on. They make some adhesive Velcro, but I have the non-adhesive kind, the sew-on kind. There we go. Yeah, so you just kind of figure out like where piece 1 goes and where the other piece goes, and then you just sew them on. Okay, so I finished sewing the Velcro on, and as you can see I've got 2 pieces on this side and 2 pieces on that side, so when I turn it all the way around I get a tube, like so. Now I'm going to put this on the doll so you guys can see what that looks like, and also so I can show you how to figure out where to put the straps for this. To figure out where you need to put the ribbon, I suggest wrapping your doll into her cocoon of tubular tank toppage. So here we go. That's on. Then you're going to cut a piece of ribbon. You'll have, stay still. So antsy. So you're going to cut a piece of ribbon, about yay long, just longer than you need it. And you can cut it later if it's too long. But so you're just going to kind of figure out where you're going to sew it in the front and in the back. I'll actually mark just a little mark with a pen. And on the back, let's see. And then I will switch sides. Okay. Let me cut another piece of ribbon. I only have one. But then you're going to actually sew the ribbon into the on the bad side. So I'll find my mark, match that up with a piece of ribbon, and then with a sewing machine you're just going to go back and forth on it a couple times just to make sure that it's really strong. And then I will sew it to the front on the inside as well, and do the same thing, and then I'll have a strap, and I'll do it on both sides. So now what we have is like this. Ta-da! And let's try it out on a doll and see how she looks. So you just slip the straps over her arm and then turn her around and Velcro the back up. I actually made the straps a little too long, but it looks okay. That looks good. And so there's a tank top for an 18-inch doll. Next, we will be doing a halter top. At least I think it's called a halter top. Maybe it's called something else. I don't know. First, we'll figure out the width around your doll that you're going to need. And you want to make sure that your fabric is going to have some excess length to it, because we are going to be making the straps. The straps are going to be a part of this like one piece of fabric, so you want to make sure that you have enough on the top to create the straps, because we're going to make it so it will just tie around her neck. So you'll figure out the length that you need by wrapping it around your doll. Oopsie. You could also sew the straps on, like at a later point. I've got the width around the doll right. It's this square size, but I've got a lot of extra fabric here that I don't need. Alright, so now I'm going to get rid of all this extra fabric. And so I'm going to figure out where I need to start cutting. I'm going to lay it just below her hip joints because I want the shirt to fall just above her hip joints when I'm finished. And then I'm going to kind of center it on her. And I'm going to feel out where her arm pits are, which are right here. And then I'm going to cut in towards her armpits, and then I'm just going to go straight up. And I cut out like a rectangle like this. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And what I'll do is I'll actually just fold the fabric over, and I'll cut. Okay. So what you're going to end up with is a piece of fabric that looks kind of like this, like a giant T. Alright, see, there we go. So you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut about 3/4 of the way down. Not all the way down, just almost all the way down. So, like that. Da, 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 da. Alright, now we're going to start to sew. Fold the edge over on the bottom and sew. And then fold these two sides over here, up at the top of the bottom of the T. Right, so I have sewn the bottom piece and then the two pieces down there. There's lots of excess string. It's everywhere. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go good side to good side, fold it, and I'm going to sew the top of the T together over here. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Finished. Now I'm going to flip it right side. Strings everywhere. Now I'm going to flip it right side out. And you see these two pieces hanging out here? I'm going to pull them. Not too hard, but just I'm going to pull them. Now, I mean, if you want to get fancy, you can also sew the top, but I'm not. Stop. Just stay. But I'm not getting fancy. I'm just going to keep this simple, easy, cute. Okay? And so you're going to pull it up. Oh my, this is way too big on you. I'm going to have to take it in. Alright. You know what? turns out I can cut a little bit deeper into that section that I cut earlier. Make it a little less long. But these two long pieces, have you guessed what they're for? They're to tie behind her head. You could just tie it into a knot or a bow or whatever you want to do. Maybe I'll try a bow. I'll do like a bow. It's kind of thick though. So there's a cute little halter top that's really easy to make. I used blue thread. Sorry, it doesn't look that great. I should have used like a pink, but I had blue thread in there, so forgive me. But there's the halter top. Well, halter top 1. Pretty easy, right? Okay. Next, for the next halter top, I'm using a piece of fabric that is being reused. Once upon a time, this was a skirt. So the bottom hemming is already done for me. But what you're going to do is you're just going to wrap the fabric that you're using around your doll to figure out, once again, the width that you're going to need. And I've already done that. And for the length of the fabric, you're going to want to make this quite a bit longer than you actually want it to be, because we're going to cut down kind of like we did with the last one, but not as dramatic. So for this, what you're going to do is you're just going to kind of situate the fabric on your doll and put it up to her chin, and then wrap it around her, and then once again figure out where her armpits are, and you're going to cut into the fabric. Alright, so you're going to have something kind of like this, just with a little flap on the top. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go through and you're going to hem the bottom, and then you're going to hem the two side pieces, and then you're going to fold this over and make sure that it is open so you can stick a piece of ribbon through. And then you're going to hem that side as well. Once that's all hemmed around, except for these two side pieces where my hands are right now, you see that? Because once that's all hemmed, we're going to fold it over and we're going to sew. So, yeah. Okay, so I finished sewing everything, and so this is kind of what the piece looks like right now. I'm going to flip it right side out, kind of fix up the bottom. I, once again, should have switched threads, but I didn't. So now I'm going to take a piece of ribbon. Sure, we're going to take a fairly long length of ribbon. I don't know how long it is, but it's longish. And you're also going to, I didn't mention this in the things you'll need, but you'll need like a pen or like a chopstick or some sort of long device that you can shove through the little pocket that we've made, because it makes threading this ribbon through it so much easier. So I'm just going to push my pen through, and I've used the back piece of this pen just to kind of hold the ribbon in place. You could also use a safety pin to do that, but you just pull the ribbon all the way through. So now I've got the ribbon hanging out. Now I will put the shirt on the doll, and then I'm going to scrunch up the front fabric that's around this ribbon and tie it around her neck. Stop touching my face. And I'm going to tie a little bow, and the ribbon's really, really long, so I'm just going to trim it a little bit. And that's it. That is the final step into making this last halter, and that is the last shirt that I will be showing you how to make today. So I hope you guys liked this tutorial, and I hope that you liked these shirts that we made today. So Velcro, just, yeah, so I hope you liked the shirts that we made today, and if you liked the video, you can click the like button below and let me know. You can also comment I like hearing from you guys. You can also subscribe because I make videos similar to this often. I also make weird videos every once in a while. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching and have a great week. Bye.